wanted to challenge people out there with. I think we have enough supporters, I think, to get, a bunch of you to do this. But after the live I just clicked off from earlier today, I had a thought. And I thought, a lot of you want to, I guess, show support for King and also give him some laughter and some smiles and, while we wait for him. And by wait, you know what I mean by wait. So I wanted to just give you a heads up, those of you who are interested in doing something special for him. And you get this message, of course. I know there are some people that won't do this because they don't believe that I'm even, that I even exist and I have a face, even though they see it. That's just how crazy, people are. And, no matter what you show them, even if they saw us together, they'd still deny the reality of seeing us together. So that's just where we're at. But for the rest of you who do actually believe in love, and you do believe in King and I wanted to give you a challenge, actually, especially if you're in the US. But you can do this from anywhere in the world, actually, for him. Because I think it's not enough for me to encourage him and send him love. Like, I think people have been sending him love and encouragement. But I think, with the wrong intentions. And some people have actually been writing to him mistakenly about Joycelyn Savage, thinking that that's going to make him smile and happy. But it just won't. And so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about what will make him smile. If you're a fan, if you're a true supporter, if you really love him and you want to make him smile, just send him a postcard. You can use Flikshop. And just mention that I mentioned you guys doing this on our channel, and that will make his day. I'm not even lying to you, because he needs to know, like, it's not enough for me to tell him that, what we're talking about on this channel. I think he needs to know that he has fans behind him and behind his truth, because what's the loneliest thing that you can go through is when you're alone with your truth and no one else believes you and no one else, can see you for who you really are. And he needs to know that there are people out here, outside of me, that support him and support both of us. And so I want to put that challenge out there for you guys who love him, who just want to encourage him. If you have a moment, if you can go on Flikshop, I'm not being sponsored by Flikshop, by the way, but I just know they're the fastest way to get, a message to him. And you can even send him a beautiful photo of you. But just send him a postcard through Flikshop. You can look them up. They send out postcards. You can just order it online. They're very cheap, very economical, and they take about 3 days to reach where he is. And that means also, because it's a postcard, they don't need to check through it to, see if there's any contraband. So he gets them quite quickly. So the challenge really is, write to King, but do it today if you can, because I'm just warning you, he may not be there tomorrow. He might be where I told you. And so in the live that I just did. So I'm just encouraging you guys, if you are supporters of him, if you are supporters of us, do write to him and tell him that you saw my live, you saw and heard what his story about us, and you're waiting for things just to come clear and good, and you're praying for us. That will make his day, that that you heard me speaking live and that you support us, because that will make him smile from head to toe. Because right now he feels that everybody believes in this story, and he has, there been people writing to him about Joycelyn Savage, and that's the most depressing thing that you could ever write to him about, because of course that's a lie, and of course that's not his girlfriend and that's not his fiance. So when he reads those letters and those postcards and those well wishes, it makes him feel horrible, and it makes him feel more depressed, because it makes him feel unseen. And I think that if you are a supporter of us, please jump on the Flikshop website. I'm going to leave the link of the website in the description. Send him a postcard. Tell him that you saw my live, you've heard our story, you're waiting for him at home, you're waiting and you're expecting him to be home. And that in itself is going to lift his spirits. Sorry, that was me on the bench and just making a lot of noise. But anyway, so that's all I wanted to pop on here and say. If you get this live, and if you really want to encourage him, that's the best way you can do it, because I know the way to his heart is through his heart. And, I know the person who's most on his heart right now is me. And I know also, of course, his children. But, I think right now that's what he's thinking about is me and how I'm dealing with all of this. And if I'm getting support out here, and to know from your side that you are supporting us, I think will just make him smile, and all I am about is making King smile in there. Anything that makes him smile while he's waiting to come home, I'm ready to do. So sometimes I send him jokes and sometimes I send him cartoons and things, anything that will make him smile, because it's such a dark and depressing place there that where he is. And I think anything that cheers him up will cheer his heart. So I don't know whether he'll get it, because he might actually be not there in the next few days, but you can try. I'm just saying that that's the best way. In the meantime, while we wait, you can encourage him, and it's very affordable. The Flikshop website. So if you've missed what I've said and you just jumped in here, just rewind the live and you'll hear what I've just said. But thank you all again for supporting us. Those of you that do, I know we're not a huge number of people compared to everybody else, but we are mighty, and your support of me has been the strength I've needed and the courage I've needed some days where I haven't had the courage myself to even share our story. And I think in sharing our story more and more gave me the confidence and courage to share the story with the people that needed to hear it, that had the authority to release him. And that's what you guys have done over this side for me. And I think that he needs to know that that's all been happening, and not from my perspective, but from your perspective as his fans, as his supporters. Because, he's been worried about me not having the support, and he's been feeling guilty about having to, keep up this lie. He's been feeling guilty about me being out here on my own, and thinking that I'm not getting the support. And I just want him to know that I am, from your perspective, of course, not from my perspective, because I can say that, but it's so different when he hears it from you guys. So if you feel up to it, please, check in with him, send that postcard, and he'll love it, and he'll love you forever. I promise you. Anyway, goodbye, and I'll speak to you guys on the next live.